Alright guys, so I'm gonna give you my Godzilla minus review. I've done this video recording about 3 or 4 different times. So I'm just gonna give you my review from my experience with it. So I went with a group of friends and my friend didn't know it was subtitles. I said, yeah, it's subtitles. And even though it's subtitles, this still is arguably the best film of this year. Even though it's subtitles, I still understood it. I will say this though, I want to get this out the way. This is 10 times better than Shin Godzilla. I like Shin Godzilla for what it is. I really do. But the problem with Shin Godzilla, there was a lot of talking. There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of room talking. Execs. There's a lot of people. I want to say execs, but a lot of excuse me, just a lot of just unnecessary conversation and not enough uh, Godzilla being a threat. We got more people in the boardroom trying to figure out what to do. That wasn't necessary, and I think they learned from that. And you could tell there was no government, no Japanese government, no U.S. It was like, what the hell is going on? This is a big threat, and they weren't in here. So I think they learned, and they just focused and made it small. And every time when a big film every time there's a film and there's have this grand event that you might think the government would be involved, but you make it more like a small town, handling it. It turns out pretty well. Um, this film turned out great. Not the voice, the acting in here was tremendous in here. Everybody from the main character to the supporting characters, even a little kid, even sometimes maybe they overacted a little bit, but it was fine. The biggest thing I liked about this though was the human characters. You give a fuck about them. You actually want to see where they're going. You actually want to see them make it through this hurdle, because this is right after World War II, so they are really dealing with aftermath. And it's great to see a character, male or female, but definitely a male character, because again I'm a male, go through trials and tribulations. But that's even weird. You don't see that a lot in America cinema no more. But we finally got to see it in this film, and it was perfect. It was just flawless, and I can't say nothing else about it. Um, I want to see the film again, but I want to see it by myself, other than with my friends. 'Cause I saw it with my friends; it was still good though. It was a great experience. I want to see it by myself. But yes, going to the theater is a great experience. We get to the big G man in a minute, because he needs to be talked about alone. But I want to get the characters up the way. The main character, the kamikaze pilot, and see him go through his PTSD, his traumas, his stuff, and eventually get the what's the word? The courage, the heroes oomph to do what he had to do towards the end was great to see. So let's talk about the G-Man. Fl- mm. It's now, I don't know, because I'm torn. If Godzilla didn't have these new abilities in here, would I still feel would the film still be the same? I think the film would still be fine, but I think people would be raving about it as much as they would. Godzilla in here is it harvest back to the old, but it brings some new stuff to it. The Godzilla in here is not only terrifying, he's scary, horror scary. But the thing about this Godzilla 2 is its new scary abilities. Spoiler alert, he has a healing factor. We knew Godzilla had one before, but for you to see it on the screen the way it's like damn Wolverine. It shocked the hell out of me. Everybody in the theater was like, oh, and we knew, like, oh shit, this ain't gonna be easy. Um, the way the film ends, you know there's going to be a sequel, because again, this is during post World War II, so the technology they had back then cannot come close to what Godzilla is. Plus, when you see he has that healing factor, you already know there's going to be a sequel. Now, the thing I want to see is how they're going to tackle these other monsters, because there's other monsters that I really want to see them tackle. I'm in love with this version of Godzilla. That I want to see other versions of the Rodans, the the Jet Jaguars, the the King Ghidorahs of the world, and I want to see how they are interpreted in this new world. Um, I mean, this is fantastic. Toho needs to keep this same energy, this they just need to keep this same world, not reboot it. As much as I like Shin Godzilla, unless they're gonna make it animated or something, I don't want to feel. I want to keep this one. I think this is great. This is a good stepping point to for some more Godzilla films. Um, Hell, I hate to say it, if they stop with Godzilla versus Kong, the new whatever, I, the new Empire, I'd rather them wrap that shit up and give it back to Toho. Yes, I really think Toho needs to get back Godzilla. This this is the best Godzilla film I've seen. This is the best film I've seen this year, and this director deserves all the praise and everything. Godzilla's doing well in theaters. It's sad that he don't have more showing in theaters, but I think throughout the weeks, if he does well, because it's already made $25 million, so the budget was 15. Now it's overseas, it's gonna make his money. You'll see the budget for the film actually go for 25. We'll see maybe 48, maybe 50. This film makes $100 million. This is great for it. It deserves. Excuse me. It deserves it. The best Godzilla film I've seen. But I really do want to see what other monsters they can tackle, because the way Godzilla looks, how scary he is in this film, how does King Ghidorah would look, how would Rodan would look, how would all these other monsters would. But again, I do want them to tackle this in a different time period, because if they have the same Godzilla and they have Mecha Godzilla, the right Mecha Godzilla, not the one we got in that damn Godzilla vs. Kong. I hated that version. I just love the old version. But yeah, so. But this makes me want to see some old Godzilla films, and I might actually go look it up on the computer and watch them. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a justice day. Flawless. Fantastic. Peace.